Welcome to TiECon 2007. We're here bringing you the live interviews with a lot of the entrepreneurs and keynote speakers. And sitting right next to me is a very special guest, Ravi Venkatesan, Chairman of Microsoft India.
Hi, Sunil.
Welcome.
Good to be here.
Thank you. I have a few questions for you. You had an excellent speech just a little bit ago. And based on some of the comments that you made in the speech, especially the entrepreneurs about the opportunities that exist in India, I'd like to ask you specifically, what are the key opportunities that entrepreneurs should focus on at this time?
Well, as I said then, when an economy is growing at 9% and we're trying to build a nation, and when this sort of opportunity meets huge unprecedented access to capital, there are entrepreneurship opportunities everywhere in every field, big and small. But what I chose to focus on is an important aspect of entrepreneurship, and I believe that the biggest opportunities actually lie in solving big societal problems with a for-profit motive and a real business model. And these problems could be anywhere from drinking water to healthcare and education and energy, and of course in the technology space. So these are just fantastic times if you are entrepreneurial.
Fantastic. Now, you specifically at Microsoft have had some challenges from a adoption perspective of your software in India, right? And you've learned some lessons along the way. Can you talk about the lessons you've learned from a pricing strategy perspective? Actually,
I'll clarify. The challenges we face are essentially twofold, which is outside of big businesses, people still aren't using computers in any significant way, whether it's homes or schools or government offices or small businesses. And so getting people to use more technology is one part of the challenge we have. And the second one is even amongst those who adopt, they don't tend to pay. Because of high piracy, and we're trying to figure out what's the solution to that, again using technology and business models. What we've learned over the last 2-3 years in particular is to really encourage adoption, you've got to have compelling and simple solutions, and you've got to price them on a pay-as-you-go model, and that's the best way to really get large adoption. And we believe that the combination of software and services is the best way to deliver both scale, combat piracy, and allow people to spread their payments over time. And there are any number of good examples of where we've been able to successfully use that model.
It's interesting, right? In India, you've seen high adoption of devices like mobile devices where the average consumer is spending hundreds of dollars, but they're not willing to spend that on a PC. There must be some things that you're thinking about how to make it more compelling.
That's exactly right, because it's really not fundamentally an affordability issue, because even amongst the wealthiest 2-3 million homes, which have everything, PC adoption is only 40%. Okay, and then you go out on the streets and you'll find the poorest of the poor. They're having cell phones, they're carrying cell phones, they've got prepaid cards, they're downloading games and wallpapers and ringtones and having a blast. So the trick here is how to make the PC compelling, and we think that's basically around two things: delivering entertainment content and making it a great educational platform.
One last question for you. I come from a product management background, and I understand obviously India has a lot of development talent. How much are you emphasizing doing more product management or training people to become product managers in India?
It's absolutely critical. In fact, Craig Mundy, our Chief Technology Officer, has been evangelizing this for the last 3 years in India. He talks about Indian companies needing to make the shift from renting IQ to creating IP. Because I think there's only so far you can go with a pure services model. And we've been investing a whole lot in getting developers to think product, and working with services companies, big and small, to try and make the shift. I think we're seeing encouraging early signs of that. So hopefully there's going to be a tidal wave of product companies over the next decade.
Thank you, Ravi. We're signing off here from TiECon Live 2007. I'm your host, Sunil Bagai, and with me was Ravi Venkatesan from Microsoft. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Sunil.
You got it. Great.